Rose Starfire. That's Sammy. It's a little fuzzy. Driving back to Cali. I wanted to talk today about my Cinderella experience with Bhramari. I have to give a shout out to the Smokey Titan. I've been watching a lot of his work, and yeah, I think he has another channel too, but I forgot the name of it. It's not so Hidden Truth, I don't think. But anyways, the Smokey, he used to be the Smokey God, but now he's the Smokey Titan. Anyways, if you hear a little weird screech sound, that's my windshield wipers. So I was watching some, he puts out a lot of content, and a lot of it's kind of esoteric literature, and something just popped at me, and it was that Aphrodite is actually the queen bee, and I started delving into some research about the Masonic worship of bees, and the beehive, and the queen bee, and the Melissas, and the drones, and I stumbled upon this video about Bhramari breathing, and it's an excellent video by a lady named Layne, Redmond, Layne. I'll link her video in the description, and it's a practice called Bhramari breathing. It's also called bee humming, I believe, and it's an ancient Indian practice from India, and the sound that you make during this meditation supposedly is the closest to the sound of the abyss, the frequency of the void, and she goes into great detail, or not, I mean, it's a short video of how to do Bhramari, and I really suggest you take a look at it. She also has an excellent video invoking Aphrodite. She is a drummer and has been a percussionist for a few decades, and really amazing woman. She has this cool short little meditation invoking Aphrodite, where it's music and chant, a little bit of word chanting. I don't recommend ever using electronics when you meditate, because I think it interferes with the frequency. So if you're meditating with your cell phone in like a 10-foot radius, then I think that's detrimental with the frequencies. So that's why I don't really resonate with some like the binaural beats and guided meditations and stuff, because I feel it's like severe interference, like the wavelength wise. Anyways, but for the invoking Aphrodite, I mean, just listen to it. It's really cool. So back to the Bhramari. She does a really good description of how to do it, and I haven't gotten that good at it yet where I can just close my mouth and start doing it. I feel that if I start with my mouth closed and I do it, the vibration is too far forward in my palate, and you want the vibration to be like deep in your posterior pharynx. So you start off by doing kind of like she describes it, and it's perfect. You know, when you were a kid and you made sound like this. In the back here, so so you do that, but you close your mouth, you don't clench your teeth, leave a little space, and you do that for your whole, as long as you can. So of course you want to close your eyes. I'm not going to close my eyes while I drive, but it takes a little bit to get good at it. I researched some more. There's a lot of other actual videos from India on how to do this technique, and it involves plugging your ears and doing multiple pressure points and plugging your nostrils. I found that to be really distracting and took away from the focus. So Monday I went to a field to meditate in the sun. The sun was out finally, and been going through heavy stuff, and I decided to practice my Bhramari for the first time in nature. So I sat, it was kind of like this wet, like peat moss, and I had full view of the sun, and there wasn't any, like, that had like an open kind of marshy field behind me. There weren't any animals, there was nothing. So I focused, I centered, I started doing my Bhramari. Let's see if I can do it again. I did that for maybe 3-4 breaths, and something told me to open my eyes and look behind me. And behind me was about 30 birds, big, like red belly robins. I think they had big pink bellies, bluebirds, like little sparrows, that weren't there before. And they all were looking at me. They all had eye contact with me, and they were all in a line coming closer to me. And that just like made me laugh out loud. I was floored. And they were like, you know, pecking for bugs in the wet moss, but they all were facing me, and they all had eyes on me. So I'm like, cool. So I face back around, and I start my buzzing again, and I look back, and they're all closer, and I keep doing this. Each time I look back, they come closer and closer, and again they're not like going around like in circles or going back and forth. They are all like facing me, eye contact, and each time they're all closer. So I was like really loving it, and I felt like Cinderella at the beginning of Cinderella, where she's getting up and she's singing, and the birds are just mesmerized by her, and she's talking to the birds, and that's what I thought of instantly. And some other big things happened during that meditation too, and I'm gonna talk about that in another video, about me actually feeling my light body for the first time. Yeah, and then all the birds probably got as, it was so weird because when I would look back, they were all looking at me, and they had like their heads kind of cocked, you know, like, oh, and it was like straight eye contact, and it was unmistakable. The last Bhramari I did, and I looked back, and the birds were as close They were probably about, I don't know, 10 feet away. I made like direct eye contact with the one that was closest to me, and it was like, I smiled, and then like the spell was broken and they all flew away. It was really awesome. So I'm gonna put the links to Layne Redmond's Bhramari practice instructional video. It's short, it's really cool. And also her Invocation of Aphrodite, which I highly suggest. Very relaxing, beautiful, female percussionist. And also I'm gonna link, I found the little clip of Cinderella, and afterwards, you know, I watched it, and it was like exactly the same. And so I'm gonna put that clip too. Yeah, it was pretty amazing.